All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grandmas and grandpas, crazy neighbors, welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, as your Flyers are getting ready to open their first game in the Gateway Classic against the Chesterfield Falcons. We are here at the Ice Zone, about an 11-minute drive from the hotel. A lot of these Flyers came in with a 5.5+ hour drive here today. Falcons, I believe, are quite a bit closer. They're somewhere around here. We've got a ref with beautiful flow. And, all right, this looks like Grayson Sorensen out there, Vitaly Antonovich, Baker Williamson to start the game. Silky and Schmidt are going to be your defenders. Antonovich pokes that away and then has it taken away, but Schmidt holds it in. Antonovich picks it up in the far corner. He's going to try and move it back to Schmidt and does, and then Jude sends it deep. This is Sorensen. He gets checked off the puck, but Baker's there to pick up the play. Baker loses an edge and sent out to Schmidt. Schmidt now going to send it from the point. It's in off Sorensen's stick and goes wide of the net. Williamson tries to send it deep, and now it's back out to Baker, and this is Silty in on the action. Silty and Williamson trying to keep it in. Let's see if Williamson can get it deep. The Falcons come away with it, and they get tripped up by Sorensen, and Sorensen's going to visit the sin bin. He questions that. It certainly wasn't an intentional tripping, but it was a tripping, so Flyers can skate 4v5. Out comes Peffer. Van Meer. Beasy. And Stella Pappas. This is Van Meer taking that puck away, and that's sent back deep. But Beasy's there, and he's going to clear that puck. That's an icing, but beautiful. Let's see here if we got a stop clock. They are going stop clock period, so 1 minute 15 seconds on the penalty, 10 minutes 49 seconds to go in the period. In a 0-0 hockey game between the Chesterfield Falcons and your Ames Flyers. Van Meer going to take the draw. It's won by Beasy. Beasy clears it again, and he gently sends it down for another icing. No, they're going to. Oh, I thought they were going to wave it off, but no, not a bad play there by Drew Beasy as he gently sends that down for a second clear of the PK. Drew Beasy with the flow coming out of the back of his helmet is feeling good in St. Louis. Van Meer going to try and win it again. Van Meer has it at her feet, and now Chesterfield wins. They're going to march it in and score. Leon Ferris wasn't sure where that puck was. That came in. It was a quick shot and score. Power play goal for the Falcons. Flyers going to send out Casson Smith, Hank Ballvance, and Wes Downing. Jude and Beasy back on defense, or Silty rather. Here's Silty setting it up. It's into the Flyer zone. Downing tries to jump the puck, doesn't get there in time. Falcons send it back, and now they're going to try to go. This is Wes Downing. Downing's going to skate in off the post. Rebound tried by Smith, just misses. And now this is going to be a shot. Another save by the Falcons goalie. He's getting his work in. Silty skates up, sends it deep, and Chesterfield takes it away. Downing trying to poke that back, and he does. This is Ballvance going to send one saved by the Chesterfield goalie. Out to the near corner is the Falcons, and Downing takes the puck away. Now he's got a little bit of room. Downing's going to shoot and save, and then covered, and the puck is still loose. But we get a whistle from the refs. Flyers down 1-0, but feels like they're in a good position here in this game. Here comes that first line again with Sorensen, Antonovich, and then Chiara's out there with them. Beasy and Pappas playing D. next one comes out to neutral ice where Beasy hunts it down, sends it towards the offensive zone. Now Kiara's got it, and she's got a little bit of room. Held in by Sorensen. Sorensen into the far corner. Sorensen driving to the net and then moves it back to Antonovich. Antonovich changing directions. Has it poked off his twig. Antonovich with a stick lift. It comes out to neutral ice. Pappas is waiting for it. Now they come across ice. Good move there by Beasy, and Sorensen picks up the loose puck. Sorensen carries it in. Now Kiara moves it towards Antonovich, and it's sent out to neutral ice. Silty gets to it. Silty looking for Schmidt. Jude has it hop off his twig, but he moves it up to neutral ice. Sorensen going to go off the boards and around, and then set in. Woo! So an icing will stop the clock with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. All right, we got 19 viewers. Where are you guys joining us from? I know we got grandmas and grandpas all over the place. Put in the comments there where you're joining us from. Love to know who's here with us. We've got at least 20 viewers. Here is Van Meer, Shalin, and Peffer. Schmidt and Silty on the backside. Peffer pokes that away. Now stepped up, and the Falcons bring it in. Falcons with a nice pass there, but Van Meer turns it away. It's sent deep, and Silty is going to be the first one to it. Van Meer to Silty. Silty skates it and carries it out of the zone. Now Silty draws a penalty, and Peffer's going to get that puck. Peffer to Shalin. Shalin shoots, and it's covered. Flyers going to go on a power play. Great move there by Peffer to move that puck to Shalin. All right, here we go. Michigan for Silty. What's up? All right, we're going to see Smith, Williamson, and Downing in with Beasy and Pappas on the backside. Smith to take the draw. Smith over to Williamson. Williamson going to shoot, and just wide. Good work there by Baker. Now Pappas holds it in. It's down behind the net where Williamson gets it. Williamson to Downing. Downing skating behind the net, has his pocket picked. Sent up towards the blue line. Smith holds it in. Flyers get it to Wesley. Wesley going to get it behind the net. Wesley now's got Smith. Oh, good idea. And then jumps off Beasy's stick. Pappas going to hunt it down. Stella looking to reset. She moves it up to center ice. And sent back in by the Falcons. Beasy surveys the situation, moves it to Williamson. Williamson doesn't get a twig on it, and that's going to be an icing. Nope, they're going to call it off. As the Falcons played it down there, West takes it away. West battling 1v2, 1v3 now. And the Falcons come away with the puck until Williamson comes in, and he gets the puck. Now Downing trying to center that. Downing skating behind the net, changes direction, centers to Smith. Here's Jude holding it at the point. Jude sends it deep. Now this is Smith, sends it just wide. Downing shoots, and covered by the Falcons goalie. Now we've got friends from Kansas, Grandpa Van Meer from Michigan. What's up? Wisconsin, that's got to be the Beasy crew. 23 viewers. Thank you for joining us here. Wisconsin, Courtney Beasy says, go Wisconsin. Here's Swanson. And he's in there with Antonovich and Ballvance. Antonovich now has it taken off his twig. And now Pappas gets that puck and moves it to Beasy. Beasy to Antonovich to Sorensen. That puck is moving like butter. Warm knife through butter. Let's see if we can center this here. This is to Antonovich. Antonovich uses an edge. Sorensen shoots, save by the Falcons goalie. Sorensen might have got away with a little bit of a shove there, but that's cool. Falcons lose the edge, send it to the cross ice. Falcons bring it in onside, and Ballvance sends it out. It's off Swanson. Here's Ballvance with it. Neutral ice sent back towards the Falcons' direction. Should be an icing, and is. So we're going to bring it all the way back to our offensive zone with fresh skaters. Peffer, Chiara, and Van Meer come in. Schmidt and Silty stay on the backside. Van Meer going to take the draw. And it's one to Chiara, then jumps off a twig. Now Peffer gets to it. Peffer at neutral ice. Peffer carries it in. Peffer all the way to the net. He's going to change directions. Peffer now to Chiara. No to Silty. Silty from the high slot sends it towards the net. Doesn't get through all the bodies. This should be an icing here. And it is, so we'll bring it back down the other way. Beasy and Pappas going to come in on the backside. The same three forwards will stay out there. Van Meer, Terry, and Peffer. One to Terry. Terry to Beasy. Beasy sends it deep. Van Meer and Peffer in on the board battle. Van Meer comes away with it. Puck just kind of stagnant. Now Van Meer centers. Pappas going to drop it in towards deep. Sent out to neutral zone by the Falcons. Pappas sends it back in clean. Peffer's got a little bit of room. He's got one to beat. He's going to carry it. He's going to turn high slot. Shoot. Glove save. I would say that Falcons goalie is definitely keeping them in this game right now, as the Flyers have assaulted that net, and Leon Vance is getting a little bored over there. He's seen a lot of action. This is Smith out there with Shalin and Downing. Puck to neutral ice where Jude gathers, moves it to Downing. Downing into the zone momentarily, sent back out by the Falcons. Silty's there waiting for it. He gains the red line. Maybe doesn't gain the red line. All right, we're going to have a face-off at center ice. This is Smith, Downing, and Shalin. Silty to Downing. Downing trying to get the zone. He does, and then gets pinched off on the boards. Now he takes the puck away. Downing now centers. Nobody home. Silty trying to skate up on it and does. Gets it deep. Sent out of the zone by the Falcons. That should be an icing. Fresh bodies coming for the Flyers. Swanson, Antonovich, Williamson, Beasy, and Pappas in on the backside. Here comes the Falcons, slowed down by Beasy and then pinched away by Pappas. Now Sorensen to Antonovich. Antonovich trying to get through traffic and loses the puck. Falcons coming the other way. They got a 2v1. Pappas on the defense. They get around Pappas and poked away by Beasy. Now Pappas trying to move it up to Williamson. And Flyers can't get out of harm's way, but Beasy's going to collect it behind their own net. Beasy high and hard around the boards. Flyers have it come in. Now they're coming around. Swanson looking to carry it out. He does. He's got speed through neutral ice. Swanson's got Antonovich, and he fans. Now he's going to send it towards the net, covered up by the Falcons goalie. Ball Vance, Peffer, Van Meer coming out. Schmidt and Silty on D. Van Meer wins the draw. Schmidt going to send it towards the net, and it's blocked by the defender. Good shot there by Jude. Jude holds it in and sends it deep. This is down behind the Flyers net. Van Meer going to try and get to it. It's coming out to Silty. Silty sends it back deep to Van Meer. Now it's over to Ball Vance. Peffer and Ball Vance there. Peffer with the goalie lost the stick. Peffer shoots near side. Peffer going to try and go out to his D. He does. Silty now is going to shoot right into the defender's shins. Jude hunts the puck down. Jude sends it back towards the zone. Now Peffer and Van Meer. Van Meer's got a little bit of room. She's got Ball Vance with her. She loses the puck and now she sends it towards the net. Saved by the Falcons goalie. Minute to go in this game. Peffer turns, shoots wide right. Puck jumps out to Ball Vance stick. Now Van Meer shoots. That's saved by the Falcons goalie. Beasy sends it deep. Ball Vance looking to get Peffer. Peffer just wide. Now Van Meer's going to center. Misses by Ball Vance. This comes out. Stella Pappas gets to it. Stella sends it towards the right way. And now Van Meer trying to clear the zone. Does. 20 seconds to go in the period. We got a whistle. Ames JV up 4-0 in the third. Let's go. Giddy up, JV. I love the Ames hockey crew. Pee Wee Black, rather, with a big win in Chicago this afternoon. This is into neutral ice it goes. About 12 seconds to go in the period. Somebody's got to move fast if they're going to do something. Smith carries it in. Smith gains the line. Then he's going to try and move it center ice to Jude. Jude shoots and right in the defender. After one period of play, the Flyers probably winning in every statistical category minus points. They're down 1-0 going to the second. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, Flyers break the huddle, down 0-1. They're going to send Smith, Downing, and Chiara, I believe, are out there. Pappas and Beasy playing D. Smith trying to win it back. And Flyers gain the line. This is Downing pushing off the boards, gaining the zone. Now Downing's got a little bit of room. He's going to skate in. He's going to shoot and score! Wesley Downing ties the game. 1-0, and he gives a big celly in front of the crowd there. flexes. Flyers going to keep the same line out there. Smith, Downing, Terry. Defense is Pappas and Beasy. This one's one. Downing's got it on his twig. He moves it up ice. Terry with it. She's going to try and move it up to Smith. Smith gets pinched off on the boards. Smith and Terry both there. And the Falcons try and take it away, but Beasy's too good for them. Now they're going to send it in, and Pappas will hunt it down. Pappas looking to move it up to West. West can't get around defender. It's held in by the Falcons. Falcons center, but nobody's home. Now this is Shalin. Beasy trying to get out. Shalin moving it up towards the blue line. Flyers got to get in front of the net. That's brought in here and moves to the near boards. Pappas trying to get it away. This is Caston Smith with it. Smith off the boards, moves it up towards the blue line. Held in. And now Downing's got a little bit of, we're going to see a penalty on the Flyers, I believe. This is Caston Smith going to visit the sin bin. Or perhaps not. Smith's skating over to the bench. But the ref with the flow, Caston gives the, what did I do? What did I do? Flyers skating on the PK. They're going to send out Antonovich, Swanson, Schmidt, and Sorensen carries it to neutral ice. Sorensen up and around the defender. Sorensen thinking of Shorty. It's now down behind the net. Sorensen gets pushed off the puck. Falcons coming back the other way. Jude hunts down the puck. Jude takes it behind the net. Go high and hard. Yep. Off the boards. Up to the blue line. Flyers need to clear it. They do. See if this trickles in. Antonovich on a foot race. And Antonovich with just a silly push there. You can't. Flyers going to have two in the bench. And Flyers going to skate 5v3 for 50 seconds. And then there'll be 40 seconds of a 5v4. Schmidt, Silty, and Van Meer out to kill this. Van Meer wins the puck. Ups out to the blue line. And it goes between Chesterfield's legs. Good stick there by Van Meer. Out towards the blue line. Good pass by Chesterfield. Silty on defense. Out towards the blue line, but not out. Now they're going to try and center. Van Meer's there, and it's sent towards the blue line, but not out. Now Jude with it. Jude trying to clear his own and does. Now Jude thinking Shorty. Jude's got a little bit of room. He's going to skate in and get around one. Jude going to shoot and just misses. Flyers got to get back quickly, though. As they are down, they can't spend a lot of time in the zone here. And Smith back on the ice. We're 5v4 as that puck is sent back into the offensive zone. Caston Smith, fresh off the bench. He's going to hunt down the puck. And 20 seconds left on the PK for your Flyers, and that comes in offsides. So we got 14 seconds left on the PK. Flyers have BZ and Pappas out there. Let's see who they send out with them. Looks like Heffer is coming out with Sorensen. Sorensen to take the draw. Beasy carries it to neutral ice. Beasy up towards the Falcons zone. Beasy now through neutral ice. Flyers full strength. Antonovich back on the ice. Pappas to Sorensen. Sorensen's going to take it behind the net all the way around. Sorensen moves it up, but the Falcons are there waiting for it. Centered by the Falcons, missed. Sorensen up to Williamson. Williamson moves it up. Now Pepper's got a little bit of room. Pepper's the first one to the puck. He's got nobody beat for the goalie, but the puck jumps off his twig. Now the Falcons come back the other way, but Pappas has another idea. Stella takes that puck away. Here's Peffer. He gains the line. Peffer skates around one, skates around two, shoots just high. Peffer gets his own rebound. Now he's taking a wraparound and doesn't get a good shot. No, he does, but it's saved. Peffer centers. Sorensen can't quite get the rebound. The goalie has lost their stick with him. Now Jude sends it, but it's off the shin guards. Jude and Beasy in pursuit. Centered, nobody's home. Jude's going to grab this puck behind the net. He sends it around the boards to Peffer. Out in the neutral ice. Offsides. Here comes Smith, Downing, Ballvance. BC and Pappas playing D. Flyers attacking the puck. Downing trying to get to the puck. He kicks it forward. Downing now chips it around a defender, brings it in the zone. Smith and Downing both on it. Downing gets to it to the red line. Downing looking for help. Nobody's there. Held in by Beasy. Beasy gets it to Ballvance. Ballvance drops it deep where Smith is waiting for it. Smith to Ballvance. Ballvance shoot. Saved by the goalie. Let's go out to your D. And now Beasy's going to grab that puck. He's looking to center it, but it's only Falcons there. Pappas sends it deep, and we've got a penalty, I believe, on the Falcons. No, it's Smith again with this second penalty of the game. Hey, you're PK for the Flyers. Silty, Schmidt, Sorensen, and Peffer out there to kill the penalty. Oh, we're playing 5v5. Oh, they put one of each. They put one of each in the box. Okay. So we're playing 5-on-5 hockey. There's Sorensen. He gets around the defender. Sorensen centers. Couldn't quite get there. Silty holds it in, sends it deep, and Sorensen going to try and hunt it down. Absorbs a bump from the Falcons. In front of the Falcons net it goes. Schmidt now, he's going to send it from the high point. Peffers turns, shoots. Rejected. This one's coming down behind the Falcons net. Sorensen to Peffer. And sent back out. Chiara now with it. Neutral ice it comes. Chiara slows the play down. Silty's got it, and he's going to carry it in. Silty, around one, around two. Eric Silty has it poked off his twig. Silty holds it in. Nice poke there by Drew Beasy to keep it in the zone. Sorensen comes away with it. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to shoot. Saved by the Falcons goalie. Peffer centers. Sorensen can't get a good shot off. Peffer with the puck now. Peffer skating around. Gets it to Shalin. Shalin trying to move it towards the net. Peffer sends it deep. Falcons trying to work it out. Held in by Peffer. And now it comes to neutral ice. Peffer and Pappas and Shalin on the back check. Peffer comes in and takes the puck away. Back out to neutral ice it comes. That's offsides. Flyers bring in Van Meer, Downing. Nope. Scratch that. Smith, Downing, and Williamson. Schmidt and Silty on D. Downing comes away with it. Downing's going to skate through neutral ice. Downing's got some room. Downing's got one behind him and one from him. He's going to shoot. Glove save. Rebound's loose. Rebound's still loose behind the net. And now this is going to come all the way out. Should be an icing. Yep. Bring it back to the Flyers offensive zone. Smith, Downing, Williamson with Pappas and Veazey out there. Puck gets sent towards the Falcons' net, just wide. Downing with it now. Downing's going to try and center. Nobody can't get the puck to center ice. Williamson brings it in momentarily. Downing now has it. He's going to move it to Smith. Smith to Downing. Downing going to try and get back to... No, Downing's going to take it in. Shoot, save. Williamson trying to center it now. Williamson in the corner. Downing coming to help. Puck comes away, and Downing's going to kick it forward, and it's moved off to the side. Veazey looking to hold it in. He sends it deep. 3 Falcons, 2 Flyers. Smith gets his stick in there, slows the play down. It's brought to neutral ice by the Falcons. Sent into the Flyers zone. Downing's content to ice and change. As the line, he takes another bump. He is getting bumped all over the place. So the line change can bring in Sorensen and Tonovich. And one other one. Ball Vance. Speaking of Hank with the puck to Sorensen. Sorensen through neutral ice. Sorensen's now got a little bit of room. Oh, couldn't quite get to Antonovich. Ball Vance sends it deep and get a draw penalty. We've got the Waterloo version of St. Louis fans here as Sorensen to the sin bin. Antonovich out there with Schmidt, Veazey, and Van Meer to kill the penalty. Antonovich swats it around. He's got a little bit of room. Antonovich with nobody to beat but the goalie. Antonovich has got Van Meer. He's going to shoot. Van Meer trying to get the rebound in. Willie Van Meer on a short-handed goal for your Flyers. That's Antonovich to Van Meer, and then we got a little bit of pushing and shoving. Flyers take a 2-1 lead on the penalty kill. Van Meer going to stay out there with Peffer. No. Swartson's trying to get out of the box. Doesn't work quite like that. The other team's got to score. Here's Peffer now. Peffer, he gains the line. Peffer and Van Meer coming. Peffer shoots it high above the net. Van Meer with the rebound. She's looking to center, and Peffer couldn't quite get to the puck. Flyers trying to hold in deep, but they're in trouble now. Nope, Schmidt and Van Meer in good position. Or they're not. Now they're going to save by Leon and then scored on the power play. Now Sorensen can come out of the box. Power play goal for the Falcons. Both their goals coming on the power play. 2-2 hockey game with 1:19 to go in period number 1. Smith, Downing, and Chiara out there. Falcons carry it in. They get around Pappas, and they're going to shoot. Goes wide. Now this is Beasy. Gets it to Smith. Sent back deep. Pappas, good stick there. Pappas, she's thinking to try and get up to Wes, and does. Wes can't get it out, though. Centered in the high slot. Downing pokes it out. Gets pushed off the puck. And they're going to play on. Flyers looking to attack the puck. Downing gets his twig on it. Smith coming to help. Smith now takes it away. Smith and Downing on the boards. Downing comes away with it. Wesley centers to Terry. She couldn't quite get it towards the net. Downing now, wraparound, sent out. Oh, Falcons get around one. Pappas on the back check. Pappas now, they get around her. And Vance with the save. We got a whistle. Flo's going to send 61 into the sin bin. So I think there was a little extracurriculars there between 61 and number 7. We're going to skate 5v5. Antonovich with it. Falcons bring it in. They're going to send it on net. Nope, it goes just wide. Pappas gets to it. That's the end of period number 2. All knotted up at 2 goals apiece. All right, Flyers break the huddle. They're going to send Swords in. Antonovich and Williamson out on the front line with Jude and Eric on the back end. Beautiful Friday night for hockey here. We're knotted up at 2, going to period number 3. Falcons carry the puck in, and then Jude grabs it and sends it up towards the blue line. Antonovich loses an edge. Falcons try and put it in deep, and Jude's having none of it. Now Sorensen tries to get towards the blue line, and Jude ultimately does. Antonovich now with it, and he gets around one defender, but the puck goes in deep. Schmidt going to try and skate up on it, sends it deep to Antonovich. Antonovich trying to bring it into the house, has it turned away. Sorensen to Schmidt. Schmidt to Silty. Look at that puck move. It's beautiful. Silty sends it in, finds a Falcon stick. Silty's going to try again. He's going to shoot high and saved by the glove of the Falcons goalie. A couple smaller Falcons decide to give Antonovich a bit of a shove. I assume we're going to let these two out of the box here pretty soon. Beasy from the point, deflected by Antonovich. Pappas holds it in. Now it jumps out, comes in offsides. Another whistle. Still not opening the door for these two in the sin bin. There's not a clock for these guys. They got to be coming out soon, I would suspect. Van Meer out there with Peffer and Shalin. This comes out to Pappas. Pappas to Peffer. Just missed on that pass, sent back into our zone, but Pappas sends it right back out. She's going to move to Peffer again. Peffer now working hard on the far boards. Falcons come away with it, but Beasy's going to be able to send it to the near boards. Beasy to Peffer. Peffer and Shalin got a little bit of room. Here's Peffer. He gains the line clean. Peffer now, he's going to skate in, turn, and now Peffer still dancing with the puck, gets it deep. Peffer centered. Shalin couldn't get his stick on it. It's going to come out to Beasy. Beasy to Van Meer. Van Meer's going to send it towards the net, gloved by there. Now we're going to let the kids out of the box. Flyers have Silty and Schmidt on D. Van Meer, Shalin, and Peffer stay out there on the front line. Two-two game with just under 10 minutes to play. Peffer trying to work it deep. Falcons send it to neutral ice, but the Flyers bring it right back in. This is Jude. Jude's going to shoot, save. Jude shoots again, save. Falcons goalie getting a big workout tonight, but he's proven ready for the task. Here comes the Falcons the other way, but Schmidt slows the puck down. Now it's in towards the high slot and deep in the far corner where Silty's going to get to it. Silty around the boards to Shalin. Shalin now met with two Falcons. Shalin battling on the boards. Van Meer there to help. It's out to the point, and they're going to try and center, but it goes cross ice. Peffer can't quite get to it. Into neutral ice it goes. We get a foot race. Peffer trying to get to it. Comes in off sides, and Flyers going to get a fresh line out there. Ball Vance, Downing, and Williamson. Pappas and Beasy going to play D. Smith takes that puck away, brings it into our zone. Now Ballvan sends it deep. Smith in the near corner, working it towards Downing. Smith takes it away. Downing comes away. He's going to center to Ballvance. couldn't quite get a stick on it. Here comes the Falcons the other way. Falcons. Offsides, offsides, offsides. Don't make a move at the blue line. Downing, ball van, Smith. Puck comes into the Flyers zone, and then Downing marches it right back the other way. Downing now, he's going to carry it in with speed. Downing going to try and bring it in. Downing behind the net now, and he loses the puck. Out to the D. Nope, it gets away from the D. Good move there by Stella. Now Stella's got to get in a good back-checking position, and she's going to get to that puck and get it out of harm's way. Downing comes away with it. Flyers got numbers if they can move. Smith. Ball Vance. Flyers are on a change. Smith going to hunt it down deep in the corner. Silty sends one from the point, just wide right. Schmidt now working it towards the house. Neutral ice it comes. Silty gets knocked off the puck. Sorensen's there for it. Sorensen skates around one. He dangles around the second, but then loses the puck. Schmidt on the back check. Moves it up to Antonovich. Antonovich to Sorensen. Sorensen can't quite get good wood on it and comes in offsides. Seven minutes to go. We're still knotted up at 2-2. Appreciate you joining us on a Friday night in St. Louis. Neutral ice, this is Antonovich. Falcons bring it into the Flyers zone. Jude sends it back towards the blue line. Take two. Now Sorensen moves it up to Antonovich. Antonovich and Sorensen on the breakaway. Antonovich gets pinched off the puck. Silty loses it, and it's going to come in, and Schmidt will get to it. Schmidt turns, fires to neutral ice, where Antonovich gets a twig on it. Sent back the other way now. Pappas to it. She sends it to neutral ice. Sorensen to Antonovich. Antonovich has a little bit of control, and then loses it to the far corner. Antonovich behind the net. Antonovich to Terry. Gump jumps off her twig. Pappas hunts it down. Pappas now is going to survey the situation. Moving up ice to... There's Sorensen. He's got a little bit of room. Sorensen shoots right into the defender. Out to neutral ice it comes. Beasy and Terry and Pappas on the back check. Beasy gets there and pressures the puck into the corner. Saved by Fance. High and hard off the boards, out to the blue line it comes. Held in by the Falcons. That one's going to be sent towards Fance, and he covers it up. 5 minutes, 27 seconds to go. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Van Meer, Peffer out there. Williamson. Oh, Peffer's got a little bit of room. He's got nobody to beat but the goalie. Here's Richie Peffer all alone. He's going to take it in, stop, and shoot, and score! Richie Peffer with the go-ahead goal. And he's going to drop to a knee and Selly. So Flyers go up 3-2 with 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Peffer unassisted on the breakaway goal. Van Meer, Williamson, Peffer stay out there. Silty and Schmidt on the back end. This one's going into the Flyers zone where Schmidt's going to hunt it down. Schmidt sends it to Peffer. Peffer out to neutral ice. Sent back in and then out. Flyers trying to advance it to the offensive zone. Here's Peffer again. Peffer bringing it in. He gets around one. Peffer going to backhand. Saved by the Falcons goalie. This comes back to Peffer, and he's going to slap it towards the net. Saved by the Falcons goalie. Out towards the blue line it comes, and out of the zone. Silty chases it down. Silty now to skate it out. Silty's got room. He's got speed. Silty's going to bring it in. He's going to shoot and score! Eric Silty taking the lead 4-2 now as he finds a little bit of room. And snags a goal. Flyers send out Smith, Downing, Shalin. Beasy and Pappas playing D. Downing comes away with the puck. He moves it up ice to Smith. Smith trying to get around the defender. Loses the puck. Out to neutral ice it comes. Now Downing takes the puck away with some help from Pappas. Downing brings it into the zone. Downing looking to center to Smith. Hey! Hey! Dirty, dirty hockey. 7-61. That's the same kid that went after Wes earlier. Wes was in the box for retaliating with that kid. All right, here we go. Beasy sends it from the point. There it comes out. Pappas now is going to hunt it down. Pappas to Beasy. Beasy out to neutral ice. Ballvance gets to it. Ballvance to Sorensen. Sorensen carries it in. Sent back out by the Falcons. Brought in by the Flyers. Ooh, good shot by Sorensen. Sorensen centers to Antonovich. Turned away by the goaltender. Antonovich with the puck now in the far corner. Antonovich centers on net. And now here's Hank. Hank's going to shoot backhanded. Saved by the goalie. Beasy's going to send it from the point. Sorensen now. And Antonovich. Sorensen gets to the puck. Sorensen going to skate it in and shoot and score. Filthy. Absolutely filthy shot by Grayson Sorensen there to go up 5-2. .245 to go. And Flyers got the score looking like what the rest of the game should have looked like. Here's Van Meer, Terry, and Peffer. Peffer trying to get to that puck. Terry drops it in. Jude's going to get to it, slow it down. Silty cleans up the track. Well, we're going to have an offsides with 2:26 to go. Flyers up 5-2. We are back with the game versus Cedar Rapids tomorrow here in St. Louis. I want to say somewhere around the 2 o'clock hour. Then 2 games on Sunday. Here's Richie Peffer all alone. He gets pinched off and can't quite get a shot off. Peffer now going to try and center. And defender Twiggs getting away. Out to Silty. Silty shoots from the point. Saved. Jumps to neutral ice, but Silty's there for it. Silty moves it back towards the zone. Now Peffer with it neutral ice. Van Meer. She's going to advance it, try and get to Peffer. Flyers gain the zone. Peffer in the board battle. Van Meer there to help as well. Williamson attacking the puck. Sent around, this is Smith. Smith to Downing. Downing sticking wraparound. And it's covered up by the goalie. And here's 7 again. And Williamson steps in there. Smith, Downing, Williamson. Beasy and Pappas. It's held in by the Flyers. Downing with it and then gives it to Smith. Smith out towards the point. Falcons take it away. Beasy holds it in temporarily. And then the Falcons get it to neutral ice. We got under a minute to play. This one comes out to Wesley. Wesley to Smith. Smith now. He's going to try and bring it in. Gains the line. Smith has got Downing crashing the net. He hits him, but he's coming in with too much speed. Now turns. Smith going to shoot. And now it's still loose. Beasy going to try and skate up on it. Beasy gets to it. And now this is Smith. Smith going to skate it in. Smith centers. Goalie lost his stick again. Downing with it. And out to neutral ice where Pappas gets to it. Pappas is going to get to it. We got a whistle. 13 seconds to play in this one. Thanks for joining us on a Friday night in St. Louis. We are back tomorrow and then 2 games on Sunday. Flyers going to come away victorious in game number 1. 5-2 unless something crazy happens in the next 13 seconds. Sorensen, Shalin, Antonovich out there with Beasy, or rather Silty and Schmidt. Try and get around Silty. Silty pinches him off. Silty's content to just hold it up against the boards. Jude's going to help. Good idea by Eric Silty. And now they're going to take a swing at Jude. And Flyers come away victorious 5-2 versus the Chesterfield Goons. Hey, yes. Are you able to answer this team over here? Yes, sir. All right.